I know. There's always an excuse.
Well,
Just did the
yeah.
same thing for my wife, too. Don't worry about
I got a headache.
it. Fortunately enough, that one doesn't. That one, you know what's funny? That cliche has never happened. I have
All
fortunately
right.
never ran across that cliche in my life. Thank the Lord.
Just a selfish lover
But
is all.
all by myself. All by my. That's okay. But yeah, no, this is foreplay, so you're fine. What were you gonna say, Aaron Kester?
Oh, I was gonna, since you were, bashing new math. There was
Oh
a
yes, yes.
song.
I had a rant about Common Core math before all of this started because Sunker sent me some stupid short on YouTube.
Well, the new math, which is that's like the song I sent you.
Stop.
That was actually from that
Oh
time period.
yeah, oh yeah, I
Was
know. But it was
some
it's
here.
because it was like a guy parody of it, making of it. What?
Oh, I think it might be the exact same thing I was talking about because I was going to bring up the Tom Lear song. And the best part of that
Yes,
is the fact that his song is public domain. He went and released everything from his library into it.
that's awesome. That's really cool.
Awesome. That's a
That
great
is
fuck
really
you
dope.
too. If anyone were to go over and try to like take his music, record company trying to take his music or anything like that, no, it's
Uh,
public domain. Bish, GTFO.
Well, the
well,
nice
and
thing
since
about
it
that
all
is the nice thing
it
about
sounds
that
like
is
it was
how
satire to
it
begin with.
a
It
So
lot.
was.
yeah, keep going, Ironcastr.
Oh, no, just the nice thing is with the public domain is that it keeps a lot of this stuff alive and more readily accessible. I mean,
Hmm.
we
Oh
look
yeah.
to things like Mystery Science Theater 3000 and how much it took advantage of a lot of these like low quality
Oh
shorts and
yeah.
movies that fell into it that have in a lot of ways kept them alive and kept them relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
there's a lot of
Um.
people who are into like really bad, like the genre of really bad 50s, 60s sci-fi movies because of what like I know people who run around and hunt and collect that stuff because they watched Mystery Science 3000 theater as a kid. Mystery Science
And
that yeah, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but
also, you
yeah,
can
so
actually
absolutely.
you can use those public domain songs if you want to do something like a Fallout, but you couldn't afford to get all of those songs. The public domain songs are just as good, and actually, some of them are a little bit funnier when you actually listen to the lyrics. You're like, "Oh wait, what? Oh no!" So I
turns out
It's
that they
so
were
much
based before
spicier than what
based.
we Oh yeah.
dude, like one was just like it was basically a song about castration. But
Oh my gosh.
because he cheating on her too much, but because it was set to a happy tune, and it wasn't to him, it was to his pistol.
Oh
Um,
man. This pistolero.
well, yeah. So she cut
That's
off all the bullets, and then she cut down the barrel.
That's a Lorena Bobbitt song. I get it now.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Wow,
So
that's vicious.
like you can go over and absolutely have like 50s sounding songs without having to go over and break bank trying to go over and get like publicly licensed songs. You can just go public domain.
Well, and that's obviously it's one of them situations you can always yeah, public domain is a great resource to look into as well. But nowadays it's like it's sad to say, but technology to a certain degree is gonna kind of make it obsolete because like
Oh yeah,
with
anyway.
what well because like the a lot of the stuff that you use in like your editing software, so much of the editing software comes just stacked with so much free stuff, free license free stuff to use already anyway. Like my god, I just it boggles my mind how big the library is in Wondershare every time I go in there and like I'm looking for new songs to make Sunker or the babies dance to. And it's like a holy cow, there's so much stuff in here. But yeah, the public domain stuff's great too. I wish there was like I'm sure there probably is. There's probably like a public domain library out there where you can just download stuff. I need to find something like that.
Well, I know a lot of it winds up over on like archive.org, but
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
the big thing I look forward to every year is like every like January 1st is public domain day, and there'll be articles written up about what's all the new stuff that's now at your fingertips.
Yeah, that's
You got
pretty cool.
you get Steamboat Willie and all the stuff that whatever came out when people were just like, we can use Mickey Mouse or a
Well,
version
and
of Mickey Mouse.
There's a lawsuit actually going on with that very thing right now because a law firm in Florida is wanting to use Steamboat Willie in their advertisement in Florida for their law firm. Like the Steamboat Willie gets into an accident and Minnie needs to find a lawyer. And so they call this law firm. Well, not really, because it's all public domain, the Steamboat Willie stuff. And what's funny about it is that
Steamboat Willie is. I don't know if Minnie is.
Well, but this is where the story gets interesting. Is they went ahead because they like Disney's been trying to enforce some of this stuff in other ways, and what they did was that law firm went and tried to ask Disney, "Are you going to try to enforce this?" You know, even though it's past the thing, and they wouldn't give them a response. So they're essentially suing. They went ahead and went forward with the advertisement, and they're going ahead and suing Disney preemptively to get it all clarified. So is that way to know if people are actually going to be in the clear or not. So that'll be interesting to see how that ends up going and how far it makes it and everything else. Cause like, I haven't heard any like challenges to like Steamboat Willie, like the little horror movie that they're going to do and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun to see how that goes. Yeah. Public domain's going to be fun. Public domain's going to be interesting. Like the next 10 to 20 years, there's a lot of cool things that are going to be going into public domain, and that'll be fascinating between that and the decentralization of the AI technology and everything else. That'll be fascinating to see what we get in the next 10 to 20 years for stuff like that.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Bela Lugosi's Dracula enter public domain, because we're like maybe less than 5 years out from that.
Ooh, yeah.
Have you heard of the suspension of disbelief?
Yeah, this is, if you have to tell me I have to have suspension of disbelief, then that's an excuse for poor writing and non-believability. Yeah. I think Tolkien wrote extensively about how it doesn't matter how fantastical your world is, you have to make it believable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. And I'm sure there's plenty of other people that have talked about that too. So no, that's just an excuse for lazy, shitty writing. That's all.
But I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we will get started. We've got our finalized version of the new intro, boys and girls, which I am super stoked to give you because all of the little things that irritated me in my OCD when it comes to editing, kind of like you have no idea. If I had 6 hours to edit every video, you'd have no idea what the kind of things you'd see. But like, it's one of them situations where I finally got that fixed. I got it all straightened out. And boys and girls, until somebody sends me some new pictures or something like that, this is our new finalized intro for classic Who, boys and girls. So enjoy. And then we're going to say hi and get started.
Disgrace when Doctor Who was good, when it burned like it should, when the TARDIS doors slammed and the monster still stood. A sunken maiden, her yell so clear echoes in the ocean you can unhear. Cybermen marching steel on steel. Back then the fear was all too real. Common nerd ranting, hands in the air. Gallifrey's gone, he's pulling his hair. When Doctor Who was good, when it burned like it should, when the stories had weight and the endings were good. Gregory. He knows it all, the rise, the fall, the cannon call with his scarf and his specs and his books stacked tall. Grand Gregory, tell us
Jesus Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's just with the common nerd bringing you pop culture and all things 33 common sense lens. And welcome to another wonderful Sunday edition of When Who Was Good, boys and girls. The classic Who edition. We are back to the black and white era, boys and girls, back to the very first Dr. William Hartnell, and we are having an absolute blast. We just wrapped up series 1 last week for the first series of season 1 of Doctor Who out there, boys and girls, and it was an absolute blast seeing the Doctor go back at it, getting to see that first smirk, that first mischievous glance from the Doctor, seeing that kind of thing in his eyes, seeing that twinkle going and going, yeah, there's our Doctor. There he is right there. It was absolutely incredible. Got so many firsts through that first 4 episodes. The first time somebody amazing at the fact that it is bigger on the inside. All of the kind of situations with the buttons and not being able to control things. And the first mention of all of the sudden the chameleon circuit isn't working for some reason. That's so weird that it's not changing shape like it's supposed to. So we even had our first reminder as to why the Doctor should always carry with himself companions, because if he doesn't, he might be willing to bash in the head of some unsuspecting caveman who was out there getting attacked by bears. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an absolute blast so far. We had a bunch of wonderful special guests last week, or the last couple of weeks. It's been fun. We've got another special guest this evening as well, and you never know who might show up throughout the evening as well. The kind of things that go on are just amazing around here, boys and girls. But to help us enjoy that wonderful journey as we enjoy some more classic Who tonight, boys and girls, which I was reminded by our dear sweet Spartacus out there to not, under any circumstances, mention the title until the episode starts, even though the opening title card will probably tell us the title because that's how they always did things back then. But it's a lot of fun, and there's a little bit of a surprise to it, so we're going to do that and so much more. But speaking of surprises, especially, boys and girls, if you can see the look on her face in the background watching that intro, it is absolutely hilarious. Sunker Maiden, the dancing lady of the final intro out there.
Oi.
How are you, my dear? How are you?
Hello. I'm doing good. Just as you were going over and describing first series of Doctor Who, it does remind me a lot of old sci-fi radio dramas, just a little bit, where when I was rethinking, like, okay, everything that went over and happened, it was just a fun adventure. And it had little moral parts in there, but it still, in the end, was just a fun adventure. And it's like, and our heroes got out. We're good to go. So I very much, very much enjoyed the first series. Can't wait for the next one.
Yes. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And joining us on Sunday night tonight, Ironcaster, my comic shop, Clubby's Clubhouse brother. What's going on, buddy? Are you excited for Doctor Who?
I am. In fact, it's been nice getting back to it. I've been spending a little bit more time on the Pluto TV as of late, and it's been a chance for me to sit down and kind of go back to it and remind myself just how much I really enjoyed all these classic episodes, these classic series. It's got me kind of going over, itching at, looking at those Blu-ray box sets I've got picked up that still say the Fourth Doctor. They don't say the William Hartnell years. They don't say the Tom Baker years. We have the proper numbering, and that is all there ever will be.
I will bring out that like some of New Who does go over and kind of sour it for me a little bit. It's just through that the Clara thing where she went over and was the one who fixed everything. So now I'm just playing it in my head every single time of like, she's the reason he picked that TARDIS. Murmur me murmur.
You know, the nice thing is I've essentially right around the time the Clara series started, I sort of checked out of Who. I missed so much of this stuff, and there's been no reason for me to go back and watch it all. So what little bit of that I did see when it aired, I've forgotten about. So as far as I'm concerned, that never happened. That was just kind of a bad fever dream. I didn't need a season where the Doctor was the sidekick in his own show.
We should have really brought you in for some of the Capaldi episodes then, because holy God, does he have some of the I've said this before. If he had better writing, I have no doubt in my mind that he would be undeniably the best Doctor of the new era. Because when his writing is good, he's phenomenal. I mean, he knocks it out of the absolute park. He just crushes it beyond all belief. And that's what sucks, because we talked about that the entire time we were going through that era, because there are so many moments where he's just like, Grr! I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I've watched the episode with him. That's one hell of a bird episode, but
that episode, it was phenomenal.
His memory dial, his little memory dial thing when he was trapped inside of that.
When he's stuck in a perpetual loop.
Yeah, he's stuck in the perpetual loop, and oh my God, that episode is so phenomenal. And then that one, and then his swan song, that last episode with him and going talking to Missy and the Master and all of that. You're just like, And so, like I said, when it's good, chef's kiss, like just phenomenal. The problem is then there's also those moments where it's like, ee. But then, I want, if you'll notice the intro, the only thing in that intro from anything new is when everything went wrong. Okay. And I gave that first season a shot. And so trust me, it's like, no, I've gone past the Rubicon. Okay. Now, trust me, some of it was cringe. It got so much worse.
Well, by and large, the problem was it was just the time in which it came out. They had to get those little Orange Man jabs in there along the way, and it's like, why? This is just to say hey, we support the current thing, and now that's all kind of cemented as part of essentially where we could point out as where everything went wrong. In fact, for all the good stuff Capaldi had, and he has some phenomenal moments. Unfortunately, it was just sort of, you have to stop at the 50th anniversary, because it was like Clara was a mistake to bring in for everything said to be about her.
Well, Clara was a replacement for Amy because Amy was supposed to stay longer. So a lot of the stories involving Clara, it would have absolutely made more sense that Amy was the one in charge in that role. The whole idea of the impossible girl, Amy being the impossible girl, would have made so, because him and Rory were supposed to make it all the way to Trenzalore. They were supposed to make it to Trenzalore with the Doctor, and because of this is another one you can blame on Disney Marvel, because of her job operating Guardians of the Galaxy. That cut her time with BBC short, and so they had to write all of that. Hey, there's another reason for people to be mad at James Gunn. That's such a heartbreak too, because that hurts more, because instead of Clara just talking to past memory River, and not really understanding the significance of River's song, that would have been Amy saying goodbye to the ghost of her daughter.
Yup.
So it's just maybe AI will make it available, and we can just replace her and get Amy back.
There's a timeline where we get this episode, and in that timeline, this is a phenomenal finale to an overall great Doctor.
there's a timeline that exists that Paramount kept the distribution rights to Marvel and Disney never bought them, and so none of that happened, and Clara and Rory carried on, or Amy and Rory carried on, and Clara got brought in properly like she should have, and
Yes.
wouldn't have irritated everybody so much because it seemed like she was the kid. And that's one of those things that Grant, I think, told us that, right? Because that really changed kind of our perspective on a lot of that stuff. Because it was one of them situations where it's like everybody's like, oh yeah. Well, once you realize why Clara got stuck with those stories and why they had to whip it all together like that, you're like, okay. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's still the showrunner's fault that, like, they couldn't figure out a better way to write that. But it's like that explains why everybody hates Clara so much, because she's forced into somewhere she's not supposed to be because they had to scramble to do stuff. So, yeah. And that sucks. And honestly, the worst part is we've seen a lot of shows suffer because of exact things. Politics behind the scenes can screw up a show just as bad as real storytelling, or just as bad storytelling.
Again, the bad thing about Clara was just she had to be a plot device thing, and she wasn't allowed to be a character. And that's kind of the major problem with her. It's just
because we know she can act.
Oh yeah, she absolutely can act, and everyone loved Governess Clara the most. It's just she had to, her personality had to change depending on the episode, depending on what the plot wanted to say. It wasn't really crafted as much as assembled.
That's a good point, George. You're right. The Jumanji movies did come first before Guardians of the Galaxy.
Those pieces of shit movies.
They came out first. I'd be curious to see which one went into production first, because I could definitely see Jumanji coming out faster than Guardians of the Galaxy. Even if one of them started filming before the other one. But yeah, you're right. Jumanji did come out first. So, I mean, we can totally blame The Rock. I mean, I'm okay with blaming Dwayne Johnson too. I'm good with it either way, George. And trust me, I got the pilled chat pulled up, buddy. We just haven't got to the part where we say hi to everybody in the chat. We're still nerding out over here, and that's okay. That's okay.
Because I really want to love all of Who, and I still very much am looking forward to going into the old stuff. It's just like, man, less potential, and that actually shows how good the entire series was, where we're still talking about fucking Clara and everything and things that could have been done better because we fucking love it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And that's the other thing too, is if you actually sit there and go through and watch them all and critically think about them, like what we did going through and actually reviewing them, which completely, like, we convinced Grant on an episode he hated that he's like, oh my God, he actually really loves that episode now. And so it's like when we go back through and review it and we critically think about a lot of stuff, it does help your perspective on things a little bit more, because you start to see where it's like, I see what you were trying to do. You just sucked at it. So it's like, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. Execution is everything, once again, why don't ask me what my opinion on the first Superman movie is. So yeah, that's what that all comes down to as well. But speaking of that, let's go ahead and say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat. I think we've been dilly-dallying long enough. As always, boys and girls, friendly reminder, we've all got all of our fun stuff that we do on the evening shows. We've got dancing sunker videos, dancing baby videos, gifty subs. Direct donations are obviously always the best way to support the channel. We certainly do appreciate those. And if you haven't, check out the pictures in Discord. Join the Discord. I might pull it up later. But I was up until 2:00 in the morning last night, but I did get the 3-tier bunk bed completely and totally assembled last night. It came early. It wasn't supposed to be here till like Monday or Tuesday, and it showed up Friday. And then the last box showed up Saturday. I didn't realize it was 2 boxes. But we got that put together. And funny story is, this is what Common Nerd gets for looking at the pictures and not reading the description, because this triple bunk bed is actually a full-size triple bunk bed. Given it was the only one I saw with the slide, and that's what I get for ordering things at 11:30 at night after this show is over. Because so none of the mattresses that I currently have will fit that bed. Fortunately enough, Walmart has them on sale right now for $89, so we can get them for not too much, especially compared to the prices on Amazon. But yeah, but the kids are still having a blast on it. The mattresses that are on there, they're having a fun crawling across them and running down the slide. And they've like literally since we got out of church, like I got out of the shower, they'd been in there playing on the slide. And like since we got home from church, other than running around the neighborhood with their aunt, like they've been in there playing on the slide or just sitting on the bed and everything else. So bed is an absolute success. So shout out to everybody's James Cash especially, but shout out to Spartacus donated last week and everybody else that does direct donations. You guys made all of that possible very, very quickly, far faster than I ever thought it was. So we just got to get we just got to get beds and sheets and stuff like that. So any direct donations are going to go to that in the next couple of days and stuff like that. So I appreciate you. So we're almost at the point where I won't have kids sleeping in my bed anymore. We're right there. So yeah, so I appreciate you guys. So those are all of our fun things. You can also get Common Nerd Stone, $20 donations, whichever way you want to do them. I'll do dabs. I got gummies I can eat out in the fridge. There's some sour shit you can make me eat. Hey, there's hats. There's scarves now. So I've got hats and scarves for direct. I've got like a 12-foot scarf now that might remind you of a certain doctor. So all of those fun things. But let's say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat as well. And thank you, Sunker, for the raid. I appreciate that. And I've got to get to this one first because, hey, donations always end up going first. Commercial Critic for $10 over on the Rumble side. So it's for Sunker's Battery Fund. Got to review Bob, battery-operated boyfriend, Buzz, Michael J. Fox, or whatever you call your toy. Wait, which wand? I don't know. Modesty. Thank you, Commercial Critic. Modesty. Did he say modesty?
It's his thing. It's his thing.
It's a modest donation.
No,
modesty.
He's telling me. He's reminding me to be modest.
Oh, we don't do modesty around here, especially not for donations that are $5 or more.
Jesus.
Thank you, Commercial Critic. And the best part one too is whenever you send a donation through Rumble, you get Sunker doing that face like right above my face too at the same time. So that was great. So yeah, thank you, Commercial Critic. Appreciate it. And then what do we got? I know. Thank you, Sunker, for the raid. Jack Tarlad was first over on Rumble. Another one of our fine channel subscribers. Thank you, Jack. And then Griffin was right afterwards as well. And then Spartacus. There we go. I believe that's everybody that came in first before I start highlighting folks. There's Griffin. Appreciate you. Shadow Warden 99, another one of our fine channel subscribers. John Washburn. Good to see you over on the YouTube side. And always as a friendly reminder, boys and girls, if you are watching this over on YouTube or if you're catching this on the replay, please join us over on Rumble or one of our other alternatives like Pilled or Kick, boys and girls, because of the silly rules over there on YouTube and because of all the bots and all of the abuse people have of what fair use actually is. Boys and girls, we have to do this stuff over there. Otherwise, they'll literally shut down the stream as we're trying to review and watch this because this is a review, but it's also a watch along. And it does fall completely under fair use because we pause it, we review it, we rewind it, we go forward, we go backwards, we go left, we go right. Some girl get really hammered and go one more pot. So it completely and totally falls within transformative fair use. But because the bots can't tell the difference, that's the way things work. But good to see you, John Washburn, another one of our fine channel friends over there. Always leaving comments. We appreciate that. That's right, Spartacus. Remember, folks, Sheboygans deserve hugs too. That's right. The Sheboygans will rise. The Sheboygans will rise.
Jesus.
I know.
Why Sheboygan? You could make up any name. Sheboygan.
Sheboygan.
What's up, Peter Frankman fan site? Good to see you, sister. Sasabusku, the first theme song from Ryuga Kenshin. Hey, there you go. There you go. I haven't seen that, but there you go. Yes, this will be a fun episode.
As well.
Oh, it is. I know it. I've heard of the name. I've just never seen it. Is this Doc Lobster song? No. Oh, no, it's not. No, it is rockabilly though. It is rockabilly. And that was, I had Sono do that for me. I had Sono make that for me. Oh, there we go. You rage baited Jack Tarlad. Good job, Shadow Word 99. I'm proud of you. James Cash says Sunker dancing in the intro was probably AI. It was far better than she could actually dance.
James.
Bird. It is. That is courtesy of our friend Handy News. And I cannot tell you how long, like I got it perfect the first time with that picture of Sunker in the TV, and then it transitioned into her dancing. And then when I was having issues the last time when it was editing, it screwed stuff up. And so it took, oh, dude, that was the last thing I fixed because it irritated me so much because I had that transition perfect. You couldn't tell it wasn't just her to start dancing right away. Like, I had that transition perfect and it screwed it up. So I'm so glad I got that fixed. But yes, that is shout out to Handy News. He totally made that for us. That was great. So we'll have to have Sunker recreate it in real life at some point in that same outfit so we can have a real version of it. Nope, I didn't think that was going to happen.
Well, at least I don't think I have to cut myself out of that dress because it's a nice sundress. So.
Oh, there you go. There you go. It's supposed to be the 4th or 5th series of season 1. It was because of the showrunner's displeasure with the writers of the series that they had.
Shut up.
We'll swap things around. Ironcaster volunteers as tribute.
Witness me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's great.
Bear witness.
That is great. There you go. Yes, it is. Yeah, James, I think it is a very cool one too. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight. We are definitely gonna have a good night. And yes, George 17 George 76 over on Pilled. Just look at the rumors that all of that with the Bad Wolf trying to split off. She did this. Oh yes, yeah. She just did those Jumanji remakes first. Yeah, the Bad Wolf is not gonna be involved in Doctor Who going forward after everything that RTD has done. So yeah. That was one of the things, even if Disney did decide to fund it again, that was one of their big stipulations. RTD was gone, and they got to pick the next showrunner and the new Doctor. And I don't know if BBC is ever going to sign off on that, which they're probably not. It's going to be shelved for a while. John, nerd, John.
20 years.
Oh, yeah. Oh, at least, hopefully, yeah. Full-size bedding is expensive. Well, I found them on Walmart because the kids have got plenty of blankets. All we really need is like a sheet, a bedspread, and just some pillowcases, and they're like $18 on the Walmart website. That's why our little direct donation goal is kind of a weird number tonight, because that's exactly what it's just for the beds and for the bed sheets. Like, that's literally all it's for. So yeah, but they're, I'm not, like I said, and I live in South Texas. Okay. The kids don't need down blanket. They don't need comforters. Okay. You don't need a sheet most of the time. All you want's the blanket blowing on you. You're pretty much good. Griffin, there he is. You want to point out how who sucked? Would that be the review of Beavis's Butthead? This episode sucks. Yeah, this sucks. Ugly hag is a beach. Good joke. Yeah, very nice. There you go. It's okay, commercial critic. There you go. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Put them back. Never. Wait till somebody starts doing one gifty sub at a time, like they've done before.
Oh no,
that's dude.
We cannot. You cannot just go over and eat up so much time. Hi, Jack.
Flirting from the other side of the pond. I love it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Oh, that's absolute fact too, Spartacus. Yeah. Some people can definitely get away with more than others. Just transition Serenity into dancing. Yes, absolutely.
Hello.
Here's the first episode, season 1 challenge, telling which of the bones in the piles are real and fake. Yeah, we talked about that. So that was series 1. We're into series 2. All right. You got to be specific now, though, because we got 2 different items. Which one do you want? I'm assuming you're probably going to want the new one. Spartacus. But yeah, we talked about that, how they actually use like actual real animals, butcher's bones. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This one is series 2. So this is the next set of stories. But yeah. But Spartacus over on the Streamlabs side, direct donation for $50. Says, get dressed and praise the Sheboygans. Without
them, you would not have the time words. Yeah, it's always really distracting when he just like, it's like, okay.
And I do apologize. I wasn't able to get the sound bite for the regeneration sound because Mrs. Common Nerd got stuck at work because groceries showed up while she was just supposed to be doing baby food. And so I didn't get enough time to cut it out before the stream started, but I got the intro done. So we'll get that done next week. But yes, thank you for the $50. I don't know what other sounds do we have? Do we have any other fun sounds?
But I got one.
You got one? What do you got? Give me some. What was that? That only lasted for a second.
Yeah.
That was wild.
It's a reminder of avoiding responsibilities. That was a time.
I had an idea.
I bet that hurt. Thank you, Spartacus, for the 50. What? Oh, shit. Fuck. Thank you, James. Appreciate you, brother. Catch the replay if you want to watch us be stupid about this. Says, gotta go to bed since I work early and don't want to be tired for the new pupper. Hey, that's fair. Yeah, congratulations on the new doggy. Sunker told me about that. That's so awesome, man. Dogs are great. Dogs are good. Dogs are great. Dogs are good. Well, tired for the new pupper. Have a good one. Thank you for the 50. Appreciate that, James. I'm so excited for his new doggy. I'm so excited. Well, 50, we know, well, 100 gets you one thing, 50 gets you something else. So just for fun, because, why not? We haven't seen this in a while. And she did just recently get married to one. So, I mean, this makes absolute sense. Thank you, James Cash, for the 50.
She had sex with a dragon.
Making out with a lizard.
Oh, I thought you got married to a lizard man or something.
No.
Making out with a lizard.
Well, whatever. You sealed the deal. You consummated the relationship. It counts.
It was a one-night stand because I got hard.
Got me hypnotized.
Happens to a lot of guys too.
Making out with a lizard. Making out with a lizard.
I just
Daily
noticed that.
confirmed.
I noticed the first. Just noticed the first one is the time crack.
Forked tongue and emerald eyes got me hypnotized.
Oh, Grant, we miss you.
Making
Very
out with a
romantic.
lizard.
Griffin says she scaled up in that relationship.
I hate you.
Good to see you, Melissa. Oh, that was good, Griffin. I love you,
Nothing
Griffin.
but
And
fine.
the only reason this happened was because Amvat couldn't keep his bloody mouth shut, so he was always talking about it from the private game.
Well, where is Amvac? I ain't seen Amvac in a minute. Where is Amvac? That's so great. Oh, that is so good. Oh, that is wonderful. All right, boys and girls, it's time for the real fun to begin, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got some classic Who to get to tonight. We've had our fun already started off a great night, got at least one mattress down, and hey, that's a hell of a good start right there. So yes, I appreciate it. Thank you, Sparta. Thank you, James. You guys are absolute freaking legends. I said this once, I'll say it again. This channel is an absolute living testimony to the fact that if you believe, God will provide, because there is no reason I should be able to do this full time. You guys are insane. I love you guys so much. But boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for some classic Who. We had a great time with the Fire Maker, from an unearthly child to a Fire Maker last week. And now we've got even more. And Spartacus says he reminds me we cannot
say the name of the story, but we can say the name of
right.
the episode.
Yeah, sorry. Trying to get things moved around in the background. There we go. You know how it is. Commoner is always fully prepared. This is a highly produced, highly functioning show, boys and girls. Let me tell you.
If the title is the Sheboygans, I'm going to just.
The title is The Sheboygans Will Rise. I'm sorry. You shouldn't. I'm sorry you guessed right.
Fuck.
I'm sorry you guessed
Oh,
right.
those great British Sheboygans.
Those cheeseheads.
Oh, there you go.
Gosh.
The original title of the series was The Mutants, but they changed it because it's similar title to the Third Doctor series. All right, well, there's one title for you. There you go, Sunker. Here we go, boys and girls. Oh, no. Start that over.
You're muted.
As a guy who knows some people that work at the oil refineries that get paid ridiculously stupid amounts of money just to sit in a room and stare at gauges all day, yes, if there's they actually do tap the gauges, because
sometimes it gets stuck.
Yes, they do get stuck. Dirt, even though it's a completely and totally sealed thing, crap will get in there sometimes, and you absolutely yes, you have to tap it sometimes. You have to tap it. Hey, what's up, Mars Need Max? Good to see you. Good to see you. He was Mars and a bunch of the folks were over at our Bible study today. Had a great time going through Isaiah. Good to see Mars. Looks like an audio compressor. It does look like an audio compressor. That's actually, I think if I remember, there was some kind of sound wave thing. There was some kind of sound wave thing that they used. I remember reading something about it initially when it first did it. But yeah. There you go. Mars used to work offshore. There you go. There you go. There you go. Oh, fun fact, if you turn on a Geiger counter, it pings to the highest number and then stops. You're already effectively dead. Good point, James. Good point. Oh, that is great. That is great. Oh, there it is. That works.
I see dead planets.
Terry Nation. I actually believe this. You're so skinny. I could believe that. I worked as the needle on a vacuum gauge. Sometimes we're just lazy. I believe that. You're skinny enough to have done that. That's never a good sign. That's never a good sign.
Well, no, it's in the
Terry
past. Fine.
Oh, yeah, it'll absolutely be fine. Terry Nation would write some of the best stories in Classic Who, all involving the villain of the series. Nice. Nice.
Why the fuck did we walk out here? Just keep cycling.
Were you looking for your lizard?
Oh, absolutely.
Probably.
No, that was actually
Probably a towel for her chair.
Oh, shove it. No, what makes me laugh is just like, oh, this shit looks kind of fucking weird. Yeah, why didn't we walk out here? Why didn't we just hit the button and keep going? I know why, because we did have a story, but logistically.
Yeah, logistically, we know exactly why. Logistically, this is a horrible idea, but that's why it's television. And nobody expects people in sci-fi to, completely and totally make logical decisions because, like you said, where would be the fun story in that? Where would be the fun story in that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, Mars. Well, then you definitely know. Yeah, you definitely know. Sweet, let's go, Mars. Oh, cool. Terry Nation would write some of the best stories of Classic Who, all involving the villain of the series, and his estate owns the villain to this day and requires special contract with the BBC to use and possess this villain. Nice. That is really cool. Thank you, Spartacus. Oh, I always appreciate you guys' help when Grant's not here. Always appreciate that. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Doctor Who, there's lots of things that's strange. There's lots of things. My pompadour, my scarf. My scarf is very strange, and it is very warm out here in this garage, which it is currently at 90 degrees. It is 90 degrees in my garage today. There you go. So there you go. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. We're going to have to cut off YouTube. They're already going to yell at us anyway, and that's okay. Whatever. It happens. These things do happen. We love it. It's fun. We enjoy it. It's always worth giving you the tease. So make sure if you can stick out around over on YouTube and for some reason not watch us over on Rumble, please leave a comment down below. Let them know this is the best Doctor Who stream on YouTube. Don't have to, don't lie. But, you can exaggerate a little bit. I would never ask you to violate one of the 10 commandments, but, you can exaggerate a little bit. Just show how much of an outpouring of your love for common nerd and sunker sheboygans in general. So just let them all know that it's, it's the bestest thing ever out there. It's, it's great, whatever.
It's not a lie if all the other ones are actually terrible and we're just the best.
Honestly, that's true. Honestly, saying that we're the best might not be a very high bar because I don't even think Az and Gary review this show anymore. Like Mahler doesn't even do Doctor Who reviews of the new episodes anymore. So and definitely for Classic Who, who out there still reviewing Classic Who? It's definitely probably the best Classic Who review show out there, bar none. I don't think that's probably a good argument. I don't think that's pretty easy to say. Yeah, as Sunker drinks her white milk. Sunker. Pina. Do you like pina colada? That's right.
All right.
Sunker, tell YouTube good night.
Good night, YouTube.
Good night, YouTube. Have fun.
Touch it, look.